Hey y'all, Liz here with Hopelessly Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a marvelous Monday. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do is a pen test. So I got 3 different kinds of similar style pens. I have Amazon brand. These are gel pens, medium point, assorted colors. Then I have my personal favorite, which is the Papermate Inkjoy Gel Pens. These are also the medium point. It's 0.7 and obviously assorted colors. And then I also have the Crayola Take Note Gel Pens. These are washable, quick dry. They're also 0.7, so they're all the same point size. So we're gonna open them up and then I'm gonna test them out on 4 different kinds of paper. So we've got your regular notebook paper. I've got 20-pound computer paper. I have 28-pound hammer mill. This is kind of like the bright white computer paper. And then happy planner paper. Happy planner paper, I'm not sure what the weight is. I would guesstimate it's probably like 60-pound. Now, if you're not familiar, the differences in the weights of the paper is the thickness. So what I'm really testing for is to see if it's going to bleed through. A lot of times with gel pens, you'll see a little bit of bleed through to the back of the page. And I want to make sure that that's not going to happen for any of these brands. So if you're interested in taking a look at how these pens perform, then go ahead and stick around. All right, everyone. So, here are the three pens that we just went through. the Papermate Inkjoys. This is the Amazon brand, and then the Crayola Take Notes. So let's kind of go through on the notebook paper. I'm not a huge fan of notebook paper, but as you can see in terms of the bleed through, you can see kind of all of them have bled through. The Crayola bled through the worst. You can really see each of them all the way through. The Amazon probably had the least bleed through out of any of them, so that's pretty interesting. Notebook paper is really very thin. I'm not sure the exact weight of it, but it's very thin. So in terms of the Staples 20-pound paper, it's kind of like your generic copy paper. We're looking at again, pretty much bleed through from almost all of them. Amazon would be the least, and again, the most bleed through came from the Crayola. Let's do the Hammermill 28-pound paper, which has been my favorite recently, so I'm a little bit interested. The Amazon is the middle one. The Amazon you can barely see a little bit, but nothing that would bother me. The Inkjoy I can't see through, but the Crayola I can at least read through it. Little Black Dress, Emerald City, so I can see enough bleed through that it would be bothersome to me. And this is on 28-pound paper. And then the Happy Planner paper, which again, I don't know the weight of. I would guess it's about 60-pound paper. It is nice and thick, so you can see the indentations of my writing, but no bleed through on any of them. So that's really great. That's really great. I would have to say at the end of the day, the color-wise, I am very impressed with the colors of the Crayola. That's about all that I'm impressed with. These pens were very difficult to write with. They weren't smooth in terms of gliding on the paper. The flow of the ink was not very consistent. So it's like a much more bold over here than it was kind of in the beginning. So I didn't like that. As I was writing, it was very noisy pen. It felt like it was maybe loose, which is why I kept checking to see if they were, tightly put on there, or if I needed, if they were just kind of like a little bit unscrewed. Nope, everything was tightly on there, and it was just very noisy, very noisy. And also the fact that it bled through pretty much every paper except for the Happy Planner paper, that's also a big problem for me. So in terms of these, at the beginning, before I did the pen test, were my very favorite. I had never tried either the Amazon nor the Crayola. Take note, my ratings. I would have to say that the Inkjoys are still going to be 10 out of 10 for me. I love the color choices. This is the 14 pack. I love the color choices. I love the flow of the ink is very consistent. Even the yellow, which can be very hard to see in a lot of yellows, is a very true yellow and deep, so you can still see it on the paper. I was actually a little bit frustrated with the orange and the red and the pink because I felt like maybe I got a bad batch, or it was just not a very good flow. But overall, still 10 out of 10 for me. Love these. These are my absolute favorites. Amazon were great, actually. I didn't have very high hopes. They were kind of like my dupes, so to speak, or my off-brand, because as you can see, all the colors pretty much match up. With the Inkjoy, the grip is very nice. The colors are nice and vibrant. I really enjoyed these pens. These are very nice. I am excited to continue using them to see how they hold up in terms of sometimes with the gel pens, it'll start off really nice and kind of an even flow of ink, and then it'll just kind of stop, even though there's still a ton of ink left. So I'm really interested to see how these will hold up. And the Crayolas. Oh, I didn't even rate these. I'm sorry. These were probably going to be an 8 out of 10 for my first try with them. I liked them a lot, but they still aren't my favorite. The thickness in the pens is just ever so slightly different that I can tell when I'm holding them a distinct difference. Now, last but not least, the Crayola Take Note. Honestly, I would have to rank these probably a 3 out of 10. I would not purchase these again, which is bizarre because I typically love Crayola products. So I was really a little bit disappointed in these. They're noisy. As I was writing, it was just very noisy. It felt like something was loose. The flow of the ink was horrible. And the bleed through, unless I'm using the 60-pound paper or heavier, was just too much. That I wouldn't be able to put up with that kind of bleed through. On the bright side, oh, also I didn't love how the, while there are 14 colors for the Take Notes, they weren't as big of a variety as the other two. So again, the other two are pretty much like very close, I would call them cousins to each other in terms of the colors. And the Inkjoys were not. There's no real true yellow. They kind of have like a summer sunset right here. The Lilac Bouquet and Namaste, pretty much the same color. So that was bizarre. There was no brown. I don't really use brown all that often, but there was no option for brown. And so therefore I'm not, and I didn't love the red. The red didn't seem like a very true red to me. It was kind of, it felt very orangish unless the orange is right next to it. So while the colors are nice and vibrant for the colors that they have, the color profile is not exactly what I would go for. So all in all, I would give these a much lower rating than the other two. I will still use them and kind of see how they hold up over the test of time. Maybe it was just, you know, the beginning here. I'm going to kind of use them for hand lettering and see if that works out a little bit better. But for like a day-to-day in my journal or what have you, because I do like to color code things, these would not be ones that I reach for. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I was actually really interested to see all of the different colors and the brightness, and I was a little bit surprised at the ones that did bleed through the Hammermill paper. It's a thicker paper, so I didn't think that as many colors were going to shine through. In any event, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've linked the products that I used today, all of the papers and the pens, in the description box. They are not affiliate links. I like to link the products that I use just in case you want to go ahead and check them out for yourself. If you have not already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that bell icon so you'll be alerted the next time I upload a video. I do try to upload new videos on YouTube every Monday and every Thursday, 2 times a week. And then I post to my Instagram and Facebooks at Hopelessly Crafting every single day. Your feedback is super, super important to me. So what would you like to see next? Links for my Instagram and my Facebook will also be in the description box below. And I hope that you have a marvelous Monday. Bye guys, toodles.